Hi there and welcome to Info World. Today's video is about the biggest volcanoes in the world. Top of the list is Mauna Loa. Mauna Loa, meaning long mountain, is one of 5 volcanoes that form the island of Hawaii in the U.S. state of Hawaii in the Pacific Ocean. The largest subaerial volcano in both mass and volume, Mauna Loa has historically been considered the largest volcano on Earth, dwarfed only by Tamu Massif. It is an active shield volcano with relatively gentle slopes, with a volume estimated at 18,000 cubic miles, although its peak is about 125 feet lower than that of its neighbor, Mauna Kea. Lava eruptions from Mauna Loa are silica-poor and very fluid, and tend to be non-explosive. Mauna Loa has probably been erupting for at least 700,000 years, and may have emerged above sea level about 400,000 years ago. The oldest known dated rocks are not older than 200,000 years. The volcano's magma comes from the Hawaii hotspot, which has been responsible for the creation of the Hawaiian island chain over tens of millions of years. The 1926 eruption in particular is noteworthy for having inundated a village near Ho'opuloa, destroying 12 houses, a church, and a small harbor. After an event in 1933, Mauna Loa's 1935 eruption caused a public crisis when its flows started to head towards Hilo. A bombing operation was decided upon to try and divert the flows, planned out by then Lieutenant Colonel George S. Patton. The bombing, conducted on December 27, went very successful in stopping the flowing lava. Up next is Tade. Mount Tade is a volcano on Tenerife in the Canary Islands, Spain. Its summit at 3,715 meters is the highest point in Spain and the highest point above sea level in the islands of the Atlantic. If measured from the ocean floor, its height of 7,500 meters. However, as Tade was formed just 170,000 years ago due to volcanic activity following a catastrophic landslide. The stratovolcanoes Tade and Pico Viejo are the most recent centers of activity on the volcanic island of Tenerife, which is the largest and highest island in the Canaries. It has a complex volcanic history. The formation of the island and the development of the current Tade volcano took place in the 5 stages shown in the diagrams. Coming up next is Etna. Mount Etna, or simply Etna, is an active stratovolcano on the east coast of Sicily, Italy, in the metropolitan city of Catania, between the cities of Messina and Catania. It lies above the convergent plate margin between the African plate and the Eurasian plate. It is one of the tallest active volcanoes in Europe, and the tallest peak in Italy south of the Alps, with a current height of 357 meters, though this varies with summit eruptions. Over a 6-month period in 2021, Etna erupted so much volcanic material that its height increased by approximately 100 feet, and the southeastern crater is now the tallest part of the volcano. Etna covers an area of 1,190 km2 with a basal circumference of 140 kilometers. This makes it by far the largest of the 3 active volcanoes in Italy, being about 2.5 times the height of the next largest, Mount Vesuvius. The most recent collapse event at the summit of Etna is thought to have occurred about 2,000 years ago, forming what is known as the Piano caldera. This caldera has been almost entirely filled by subsequent lava eruptions, but is still visible as a distinct break in the slope of the mountain near the base of the present-day summit cone. Mount Etna is moving towards the Mediterranean Sea at an average rate of 14 millimeters per year, the massif sliding on an unconsolidated layer above the older sloping terrain. In February 2022 there were 2 eruptions. On the 11th of February 2022, at 6 p.m., there were lava fountains from the southeast crater which became a single Strombolian eruption by 7 p.m. Between 10 and 11 p.m. it had reached a height of almost 1 meters and lava bombs were thrown at a considerable distance. Ash was blown west by the wind and then turned southeast. There was large lava flow in the western flank. On the 19th of February at 10:15 a.m., there was an explosive eruption, again from the southeast crater, high lava fountains and lava flows, the longest of which went down the northeastern flank towards the Bove Valley. Next on the list is Mount Vesuvius. Mount Vesuvius is a Somma stratovolcano located on the Gulf of Naples in Campania, Italy, about 9 kilometers east of Naples and a short distance from the shore. It is one of several volcanoes forming the Campanian volcanic arc. Vesuvius consists of a large cone partially encircled by the steep rim of a summit caldera, resulting from the collapse of an earlier, much higher structure. The eruption of Mount Vesuvius in AD 79 destroyed the Roman cities of Pompeii, Herculaneum, Oplontes, Stabi, and several other settlements. The eruption ejected a cloud of stones, ashes and volcanic gases to a height of 33 kilometers, erupting molten rock and pulverized pumice at the rate of 6 by 10 raised to power 5 cubic meters per second. More than 1,000 people are thought to have died in the eruption, though the exact toll is unknown. It is regarded as one of the most dangerous volcanoes in the world because 3 million people live near enough to be affected by an eruption, with at least 600,000 in the danger zone. Vesuvius is a stratovolcano, and was formed as a result of the collision of two tectonic plates, the African and the Eurasian. Layers of lava, ash, scoria and pumice make up the volcanic peak. Their mineralogy is variable, but generally silica undersaturated and rich in potassium, with faunolite produced in the more explosive eruptions. It has an elevation of 281 meters. Last on the list is Mount Kilimanjaro. It is a dormant volcano located in Kilimanjaro region of Tanzania. It has 3 volcanic cones, Kibo, Manzi, and Shira. It is the highest mountain in Africa, and the highest single freestanding mountain above sea level in the world, 5,895 meters above sea level and about 4,900 meters above its plateau base. It is the highest volcano in Africa and the Eastern Hemisphere. Kilimanjaro is the 4th most topographically prominent peak on Earth. It is part of Kilimanjaro National Park and is a major hiking and climbing destination. Eruptive activity at the Shira Center commenced about 2.5 million years ago, with the last important phase occurring about 1.9 million years ago, just before the northern part of the edifice collapsed. Shira is topped by a broad plateau at 3,800 meters which may be a filled caldera. Kibo's diminishing ice cap exists because Kilimanjaro is a little dissected, massive mountain that rises above the snow line. The cap is divergent, and at the edges splits into individual glaciers. The central portion of the ice cap is interrupted by the presence of the Kibo crater. The average temperature in the summit area is approximately 7 degrees Celsius. That's all for today. See you in another video.